For this lesson, you need to open the sample file inventory1 from your sample files folder. In this lesson, I'm going to apply an advanced filter to the range. And the first step in applying an advanced filter is to create an area on your worksheet for the advanced filter criteria. I'm going to do that by inserting 5 blank rows at the top of the range. And the next step is to make a copy of the column headers. So I'll take all of the values in row 6 and I'll copy them into row 1. I've now created a filter criteria area at the top of the worksheet. That's the area from cells A1 to F4. And I'm going to use this criteria range to filter down to show all products in the condiments, seafood and confectionery categories. Now I could just type the values into the cells, but I think I'll copy them using click and drag to avoid errors. So I'll take condiments, hold down Control, click on the border and drag. Seafood, same thing. And confections, same thing. And my advanced filter is now defined. Let's now see how I can apply that to the range. So I begin by clicking inside the range, and then Data tab on the ribbon, and in the Sort and Filter group, Advanced, and the Advanced Filter dialog appears. Now because I took the trouble to click inside the range, you can see that the list range has been automatically detected. For the criteria range, I'm going to select cells A1 to F4. Now, it's not actually necessary to do this. If I selected the range C1 to C4, the advanced filter would work just fine. But I think it's nice to actually define the whole of the criteria area. And just a few more things to say about the criteria range. First of all, it could span any number of rows. In this example, the criteria range of 4 rows is used, A1 to F4, but you can use as many rows as you need in your criteria range. But it is crucial that you leave at least one blank row between the criteria range and any other range on the worksheet. You can also place the criteria range anywhere on the worksheet, or indeed even on a different worksheet, but it's quick and convenient to place the criteria above the range to be filtered. So now let's apply the advanced filter. I click the OK button, and you can see that I've now filtered my range to only show confections, condiments, and seafood. The correct terminology for this is a multiple OR filter, because we're filtering to condiments, or seafood, or confections. Now let's remove the advanced filter. To remove the filter, I click anywhere inside the filtered range, and then Data tab on the ribbon, and in the Sort and Filter group, Clear. And the filter is now cleared. Now let's cover a common pitfall when using an advanced filter. And this is caused because text filters are inexact by default. What do I mean by that? Well, instead of typing condiments in cell C2, I could have just typed con. And instead of seafood in C3, I could have just typed C. And everything would still work just fine. Because the advanced filter will find any words beginning with con or C. Let's just prove that by reapplying the advanced filter, and you can see that, indeed, I'm now filtering to condiments, seafood, and confections. But what about if there was a category that actually was called con, and you wanted to filter to con, but you didn't want to include seafood and confections? Well, to do that, you'd need to define the condition in a slightly different way. And that would be equals, open quotation marks, equals again, then the con you want to filter to, and then the closing quotation mark. And when I press the Enter key, notice that I only see equals con in cell C2, but if you look on the formula bar, you can see that the condition remains exactly as I typed it in. Let's now see this working by clicking anywhere in the range, Data tab on the ribbon, Sort and Filter group, and Advanced Filter. And the list range is still correct, but I need to make an adjustment to the criteria range, which is now simply A1 to F2. I click the OK button, and you can see that that worked just fine, because I've now applied an exact filter of CON. Let's now clear the filter condition by clicking in the Range, Data tab, Sort and Filter, and Clear. Now I'd like to talk about using wildcards in criteria. The word condiments has 10 letters, and the word confections has 11 letters, and we could filter to condiments and confections by using the wildcard expression C**S. And what that means is any word beginning with C and ending in S with any number of letters between the C and the S. So it will find both the 10-letter condiments and the 11-letter confections. Let's prove that works by clicking in the range and applying the advanced filter. And you can see that it does indeed bring back condiments and confections. And now let's look at the other wildcard character, the question mark. I'll just clear that advanced filter, and to bring back condiments, which has 10 letters, but not confections, that has 11 letters, I'll type C followed by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 question marks, followed by S. That means bring back any 10-letter word that begins with C and ends with S. So we should bring back condiments, but not confections. Let's try that and see. I'll click in the range and I'll apply my advanced filter again. And you can see that it has worked. I've only brought back condiments, the word with 10 letters. Now I'll clear that condition from cell C2. I'll clear the filter by clicking in the range, Data tab on the ribbon, Sort and Filter, and Clear. And all that remains is to save your work. And I'm going to save with the new name, Inventory 2, and instead of saving into my sample files folder, which would overwrite the existing Inventory 2 file, I'll save to the folder above. I click the Save button, and you've now completed Lesson 1.4. Apply an advanced filter with multiple OR criteria.